Well, how the heck are you holding up out there? It's been pretty damn crazy. We have actually just had the worst day in the cryptocurrency markets since the COVID sell-off of 2020. And in many ways, this has been worse than or as bad as the 2018 bear market bottom. Panic is flowing across the cryptocurrency markets right now, but with such extreme indicators flashing, so much fear in the market, can we begin to ask, is the bottom in? Should I buy now? Well, in today's video, I want to discuss that very topic with you. My name's Lark. I make videos talking about investing. If you do like that topic, then please subscribe to the channel. And of course, give that thumbs up button, just a little bit of love to show your appreciation for this kind of content. By the way, if you are a cryptocurrency trader, then you need to get yourself an account over on Bybit. You can long the markets, you can short the markets, which is of course one of the best ways to probably make money in the markets right now. But you can also participate in the next Bybit token sale called Walk-In, which is a new move to earn application. Token sales are still making money at this time in the markets for early investors. You can use the link down below in the description. You'll get $100 on sign up to use for trading, plus 30% off of fees and a further $4,100 in potential deposit bonuses. So check it out if you're a trader. Now, let's get into this topic. So, shit's been pretty crazy over the last 24 hours. If you're still here, congratulations on surviving some serious market trauma. It's been nuts. Let's take a look at what has happened. First, I want to talk about the 200-week moving average. So, this is a key bottom marker for bear markets. Bitcoin went under this key indicator by around 10%. Now, it's generally in line with previous bear market bottoms. We had one that went under 15%, one that went under 30%, one that basically bounced straight off the line. Hitting this 200-week MA tends to be a good bear market bottom indicator. But the good news is that at the moment, the candle body has actually moved back above the 200-week MA, so we're not under it anymore at the time of recording this video, although so far our weekly volume is about half of what the 2021 sell-off was. So is that enough volume to say, yeah, that's a capitulation, it's over, bottom in? I'm not so sure yet. If we can close the weekly above the 200-week moving average, pick up some volume, then perhaps we will have some hope, at least in the short term, for Bitcoin. We also saw Bitcoin make a new record today. We put in the lowest reading on the weekly RSI for Bitcoin ever in history. Yeah. This is lower than the 2015 bear market bottom, lower than the 2018 bear market bottom, lower than the COVID crash. A truly unprecedented market sell-off has just happened. You were here for it. You made it through it. But real talk though, anyone else getting tired of putting on all these record-setting bear market milestones? I know that I am, oh boy. One saving grace today is that it appears buyers did actually step up once Bitcoin got close to $20,000, as this candle here shows, with a push from $20,000 back up to $22,000, closing out the daily on a pretty good candle. Not a huge move, but I'll take it considering the current market conditions. The insane part of all of this, of course, too, is that Bitcoin got within $100 freaking dollars, man, from the 2017 all-time high. That's wild. We also bounced back just before hundreds of millions of dollars in liquidations were set to kick in on chain for some really big Ethereum positions. Those positions are still out there. That danger still exists. If we see like a 15% price drop, we could still trigger a cascade of huge liquidations, which would drive the price down to some stomach-churning levels. So do keep that in mind. Now let's take a look at some on-chain data. Inflows into exchanges spiked up big time yesterday. In fact, this was the biggest spike in panic selling of people sending their Bitcoin to exchanges, running for the exit doors since 2018, right at the frickin' bottom of the bear market. There is a tendency in markets to become overly bullish near the tops, think that it will go up forever, guilty, and to be overly bearish near bottoms and think that it will go down forever, trying not to be guilty of that personally. Other indicators out there also showing some very interesting potential bottoming scenarios for Bitcoin. The entity adjusted dormancy flow is flashing a signal typically associated with bear market bottoms. The NUPL, net unrealized profit loss, is entering into bear market territory as well, showing a capitulation reading for the first time since the 2020 COVID crash. The market value, realized value chart also shows again a reading typically seen near bear market bottoms. A lot of interesting things to keep in mind there, but all of this may simply just not matter at all, because the driving force in crypto right now is the macro scene. And today, we got a big announcement from the Federal Reserve that they are going to be raising interest rates by 0.75%. Now, this is higher than the Fed chief had previously signaled. Previously, he'd said we're going 0.5%, and that's going to be it. But right now, the Federal Reserve, they're stuck between a rock and a hard place. Because the inflation data for May was devastating for the market because it went up. It went up over the previous peak. It showed that inflation had not peaked and was still on the rise, and that the Fed's rate raises were not slowing inflation down. So the Federal Reserve then needs to be more aggressive than they have been previously, which is exactly what they have just done. Now, the positive side of this rate hike is that it does have a good chance of slowing down inflation. And to be honest, we cannot talk about any real reversal in the market, and maybe not even any real bottoms for crypto until we see inflation definitively peaking and starting to reverse. The flip side, of course, is that the more aggressive stance by the Federal Reserve towards these rate hikes is making a recession almost certain at this point, which will bring us farther slowdown in economic activity, more pain for the markets. Again, like I said, between a rock and a hard place right now. More rate hikes could be coming, and it could be a long time before we see any cuts in interest rates. By the way, this was the biggest interest rate hike since 1994, so it's, again, unprecedented times that we are living in for the markets. 2 years of record money printing, shutting down the entire global economy for the flu, basically. Flu plus, let's call it, for COVID. It's all coming home to roost, and it just isn't pretty. Anyway, all of this leads us to the big question. Should you buy now? I don't know what you should do. I can tell you what I did, for whatever that's worth. I bought more Bitcoin. I bought more Bitcoin yesterday. I bought more Bitcoin this morning. I'm looking at the long-term picture for Bitcoin here. But I am not going all in, as I've told you. Every time I told you about buying Bitcoin before, I don't go all in. I'm continuing my plan. Dollar cost averaging. Sure, I dollar cost averages in a little bit more in the last 24 hours than usual, but I'm also keenly aware of the extraordinary risks in the markets right now. Equities are melting down. The Treasury yields inversion is basically signaling a recession near guaranteed. Real estate's melting down. Inflation's out of control. The Fed's scrambling to try and do something, and it's happening all over the world. Basically a global shit show on the macro scene, which leads me to say I have no idea if the bottom is in or not. I'm just going to keep buying. Slowly, steadily averaging in. A lot of traditional metrics are saying, yes, we could be in or near a bottom. But these are unprecedented financial times, and crypto's been hit very hard, so our previous models may not apply in the ways we want them to. I plan on playing a strong defense during these times. Yes, I'm going to keep buying, but not too much, not too fast, preserving that cash for the long run. The truth is, no one really knows where the bottom is. Maybe that was it yesterday. That would be awesome. How nice would that be to have been the bottom? But with so much macro uncertainty, we could be in for a rough ride for the rest of 2022. So be prepared for that mentally and financially. So I'm not going to be making a bottom call. I'm going to be managing risk. That's my focus during this rough patch. I can't control what the markets do, but I can control what I do with my investments. Anyway, those are just my 2 Satoshis. What do you think? Is the bottom in for Bitcoin? Was yesterday our day was $20,050 or whatever? Was that it? Or do you expect lower prices still to come later this year for the markets? Let me know down below in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching today's video, and peace out till next time.